Hey everybody, Neighbor Al here. Told you we would be entering data today. This is kind of unscripted, but I've done it often enough. I hope I get it right the first time. So first thing we're going to do is we open MaryBlyt. And there's your MaryBlyt screen. Uh, that's as big as it gets for starters. And we're going to start a new season. Now you'll notice there's also the user manuals embedded, so if you want to, you can open it there. But we're going to start a new season. First of all, you have to select apples or pears. MaryBlyt is different, be them apples or pears. So you have to select that. The variety, that's for up to you. It doesn't make a difference for the program. The name of the, so I'm just going to put ciders. I'm going to put my orchard and the season because I do that. Multiple bloom periods. And this is important. Regardless of when they bloom, you go from the first half-inch green is when it starts using data, but I recommend you do it at silvertip, all the way to the last petal fall. So it's very important that you don't just do it for one variety. If somebody's blooming, that matters. Okay, you have an infection possibility. I'm going to keep it in U.S. standards, considering there aren't a whole lot of people left doing Fahrenheit, are there? Nope. Anyway, it's what I understand. Decimal is for moi, US. Infection alert turned on. So I'm going to apply that. And I get this big screen. My face is not blocking anything yet. So what I want to show you up here that's really important is add or modify data. You're going to select this for when we're going to enter data. Spray mode on. And it is on. You have a choice of it being on or off. The whole point, have it on. Have it on. But really important is the prediction mode. This is takes it from being a crime scene device that says you had an infection to helping you anticipate in your spraying what you should do based on your weather forecast. We'll get to that a little bit later. But the first thing I want to do is I'm going to add modify data. And you'll see the screen opening up. My first date in here is going to be the 31st. Remember I said phenology is fancy for bud stage? Okay. These are at silvertip. And you can find these in the manual. Alright, so that's silvertip. Maximum temperature, I have to look up here on the 31st. I put it. Don't laugh at me. There you go. My minimum temperature and my maximum temperature. Hey, I really messed that up, didn't I? Sorry. That's better. My max temperature was 51.4. My minimum temperature was 27.3. Wetness. I'm going to put in 0.1. The reason I'm putting 1 in is we had a wintry mix that barely stuck. So, as if you might say drizzle, but it was a wetting period, okay? That's it. It was a wetting period. I could even put under notes, I could say wintry mix. Now, for the April 1st, still at silvertip, excuse me, 42.4, 20.6, and yesterday was dry. Nothing. dry. Now I can tell you right now it's wet out today, but one more for the second. $51.9, 29.6. I'm going to give that a 0.00 again. I see it picked up dry frost, wintry mixed frost. So if I say dry, it's probably going to put in, okay, and that's it. Right now you'll notice that none of the outputs are signaling anything, and that's fine. It's too cold still. I'm glad for it. I need to do some surveillance in the orchard. The other part is I'm at Silvertip. So again, there's no risk. So I say accept the changes, and they're in there. Good to go. That is the simplicity of entering the data. Now, if I go to prediction mode, and I say, I'm going to make up some numbers here. Green tip. I'm going to say it's green tip, and I'm going to say 60 and 35 and 0.1. And if you'll notice, behind my head, over here, I'm starting to accrue infection credits, okay? I'm going to have to go through these just as a separate lecture, a separate speak. But you'll notice that average temperature was low, but I still had, it was warm enough and wet. So you had that potential. So I'm going to do it again. You'll see the numbers are changing. It's paying attention. Now, those are based on a forecast. I can't save them. I don't want to save them. I'm just looking ahead. So when I exit prediction mode, I'm back to my saved data. But there's the value of the prediction mode where you don't have to go back in and remove it all. It gives you the ability to work with the data you've entered and go back. So that's the simplicity. Please keep looking at the manual. I need to also, but that's how you enter the data. Now, when I've saved, I'm going to exit when it lets me. Thank you. It's asking me to name this file. So I'm going to call this 2018 HDF MaryBlyt. And I'm going to put it in a different directory. This is, you guys don't need to worry about this, but there we go. Here's my MaryBlyt directory. So if I save it here, there it is. So very simply, follow the manual. The phonology is in there. I will add a link to a really pretty picture you can look at if you have difficulty. The manual, I think, says it only works off of all the different stages. 4 are critical. But I think it's good for record keeping to list all of them so you can watch it. Now, it's from the first silver tip to the last petal drop. Okay, so if you've got a mix in there, if you've got a bunch coming up at pink and some are still at silver tip, you're going to put in pink. you're going to think petal fall, but you're going to keep running them all the way through there. So bear with me. Again, please ask questions. Thank you for your patience, and see you again later.